Good morning, children. Today, let us start with one interesting chapter on grammar. And this chapter is not only interesting, this is also very practical. This is needed every day into the everyday talk and also into the competitive exam. Therefore, as far as the exam is concerned, as far as the practical use of the same is concerned, this particular chapter is very important. And the name of the chapter is Determiners. Therefore, in order to determine, in order to learn it simply, let us learn it simply through Hidden English presented by K. Jalal. Therefore, here we go. Let's continue. So, my dear children, so in cbse, as you are very much familiar, so the pattern of the question is changed. So, in grammar part also, so you will have to go for the MCQ. Before moving to the MCQ, it is very much suggested, or it is a very practical approach that we know the theory, we know the rules pertaining to the grammar, the particular topic, the determiner, then it will be quite easier for answering any type of questions, including the MCQ too. Because in the MCQ the answer will be given, then it will be quite easy if we become very familiar with the rules and regulation pertaining to the determiner. Now, my dear children, before proceeding further, let us move to this determiners. Let us learn what is a determiner. If I ask you the question, what does this word determiner means? Determiners. Determiners is a kind of agent. Okay, my dear children, is an agent. Means the particular, he is a doer. Okay, he is a doer. It is a subject. It is a subject. That means it is a determiner. The word determiner is a noun. Is it clear, my dear children? This is a noun. Now the question arises, what is the simple meaning of the word determiner is? So that the simple meaning is what determines. What determines? Determines means determines means what? What fixes? What fixes means something will be very much fixed. What is that will be fixed? So it is the noun that will be fixed. It will be the noun that will be fixed. Therefore, generally speaking, so when you are talking about determiners, the determiners are adjective. The word determiners is noun, but determiners are adjective in the sentence because they determine what? They determine or they fix the noun. Therefore, first let us go to the definition, and then we will go to the classification, and after that we will go to the examples, CBSE examples, so that we understand it better and we can write it better, we will learn it forever. Therefore, so first let us go to the definition of it. So here we move, let us go to the definition. A determiner is a general term for the word or group of words that appear before a noun or a noun phrase. They are meant to describe the noun or noun phrase by either specifying, identifying or quantifying it. So, my dear children, this definition itself tells a lot of things. It tells about the classification of the determiners also. Before that, let us move to the definition of the determiners. So, determiners are words or group or cluster of words. Means it may be the combination of words. What is the position of it? Suppose this is the sentence line. Okay, this is the sentence line. And in the sentence line, what will be there in the beginning? There will be the subject. There will be the main verb. there will be the object, and in the object part, what will be there? In the object part, what will be there? There will be the predicate. This object part will include the predicate, means the object and its related terms. Supposing I am writing I know him, I know him well. Now see, this is a what? This part is this is the verb, this is the subject, and this part is called the predicate. This is the subject part and this is the predicate part, and in the middle there will be the verb. So this is the basic structure of the sentence. Now if you go to another type of the sentence, say for example, Ram is the best boy in the class. Now see, in this sentence there is the verb, it is the auxiliary verb, and there is the subject, and you see this is the noun. This is the noun. Noun is a boy, and before that something is added, and this best is the adjective. This best is the adjective. That means here this best, the best, these are the determiners. This determines what? The noun or the noun phrase. Therefore, let us make it more simple. So a determiner is a group of words or words that comes before the noun or noun phrase in order sometime to do specify, sometime to identify, sometime to do quantify the noun, or the noun phrase. Is it clear, my dear children? Then let us move to the next. It is also referred to as the modifiers. It is also referred to as modifiers. Determiners are commonly placed before a noun, and their function is to offer some valuable insight about the specific nature of the noun in the question. So when we are going to do a particular sentence, then we will see that the determiners work as adjective. The determiners are equal to what? Adjective. Means their work or the activity, their role is just like the adjective. They are the modifier, means they modify, और दे स्पेसिफाई माने ऐसा कुछ कहना ताकि वो नाउन जो होता है वो नाउन को स्पेसिफाई फिक्स कर देते हैं, नाउन को मॉडिफाई कर देते हैं, नाउन को क्वालिफाई कर देते हैं, नाउन को कभी कभी क्वांटिफाई कर दे, मतलब नाउन का कितना है. सपोज देयर आर 5 बॉयज इन द क्लास, means this 5 will be the determiner. This will be what type of determiner? This will be the quantifier. Suppose there are 5 books on the table. Now there are 5 books. So this book, how many books are there? 5 books. Where are they? Okay, where are they? They are on the table. Now if something is demonstrating, then that will be called the demonstrative word. That is, the determiner also work as demonstrator. Therefore we will go to the details of the same. Now it is the time for us to show the difference between the determiners and adjective. Therefore let us go. Here we move. Let us continue. So we are talking about, my dear children, about the determiners, and it's a difference from the adjective. So earlier we are talking about this determiners works like the adjective. Determiners are like adjectives. Now there are some difference between the determiners and the adjective. So we should have a very clear concept about, okay, what all these part of speech, like if we do not have the clear picture of the part of speech, noun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, pronoun, then we will not have the clear concept. Therefore, it is very much suggested that we know what is noun, what is adjective, what is pronoun. These basic things are very much needed, my dear children. So here we will see that this when there is a noun, before the noun, what comes? The adjective comes, and when the adjective comes, the function of this adjective is to modify, to qualify, to quantify, to demonstrate. Therefore, this is an adjective. Which is an adjective? The determiners are an adjective. Now we will see what are the differences between the determiners and adjectives. An adjective also comes before the noun, and they are also meant to describe it, not only different from the determiners. So does that mean they are one and the same thing? So first let us notice the point of similarity between the determiners. Determiners, I am writing D for determiners, A for adjective. So what is the point of similarity? The point of similarity between these two are that they tell something, they describe. What they describe? Both of them, either the determiner or the adjective, they describe the noun. So this is the basic similarity. ओके, ये दोनों का बीच में जो सिमिलरिटी है वो है कि दोनों adjective and the determiner, they describe things. But when we are asking, are they similar? No. The answer is clear no. They are not similar. They are different. In many ways they are different. What are the ways they are different? Let us see. Let us continue. The two terms may relate to each other on the ground that they both modify a noun or a noun phrase. They modify the noun or the noun phrase. Who modify? The adjective or the determiners. However, when you look at them more keenly, more closely, you will notice that a determiner is meant to modify a noun by introducing it to the targeted audience, while an adjective modifies it by offering further details about it. Now, so when we are talking about the adjectives and the determiners, so if we tell determiners, which one is a little broader? Which one is the broader? This certainly the adjective is broad. In its perspective, the adjectives are broad. Why they are broad? Because they do what? They not only modify, they tell a lot of things about it. Okay, they not only modify the noun, but also they offer further detail about it. Means they give a lot of detail about it. Okay, it gives a lot of details, means some sort of quality, some sort of quantity, some sort of specific nature is added to the noun by the adjective. Therefore, determiners actually fixed. Determiner actually gives the fixed value or the fixed meaning or association, whereas adjective actually broadens. It gives some elaborate description about the noun. So how it is so we will see through examples. Another difference with worth noting is that while adjective can be graded, determiners on the other hand cannot be. In other words, it is possible to express adjective in varying intensities while the same cannot be done with the determiners. So dear children, So when you are talking about the degree, so how many degrees are there? The degrees are positive degree, comparative degree, superlative degree. Say for example, good, better, better, best. So this is the adjective, and this is the positive case, this is the positive degree, and this is the comparative degree. Okay, I am writing comparative, and the last one is SUP, superlative degree. Therefore, what we have noticed that, as you have told earlier, so in the case of the adjective, we could find that it has the degree like the positive degree, comparative degree, and the superlative degree, whereas the determiners cannot be graded, or it cannot have the degrees. Some examples are given. For instance, you can describe the size of an object as either big, bigger, or biggest. Means, so you are talking about the size of the thing, then positive degree big, comparative degree bigger, and the superlative degree biggest. But the same cannot be done to a determiners. In short, you cannot possibly add er or est to intensify the determiner. Okay, so determiner, so by using this er or est, you cannot intensify, you cannot give the more degree to the determiners. So this is the lacking point. Okay, ये है इनका drawback. And in the case of the adjective, this advantage is there. Okay, when you are talking about the adjective, this is the advantage that it has the degree, and therefore all the three degree can be used in this case. Then let us continue. Furthermore, while we can do away with the adjective without making any grammatical error, determiners are indispensable or the necessary part of the sentence, and doing away with them means making a grave grammatical mistake. See, my dear children, so many times you need not, many times if you simply avoid the adjective, then also your sentence will be correct. He is a good boy, you are talking, he is a boy. Okay, this all right. Suppose you are telling, so he is a better. Now, what in the case of this determiners, in the case of the determiners, so if you simply avoid, I have seen a man in the street. Now, if you are not using this a here, I have seen a man in the street, then the sentence will be grammatically incorrect. Therefore, these are the differences between the adjective and the determiners. I suppose you understood it. Now it is the time for going to the difference between the determiners and the pronoun. Therefore, here you go. Let us continue. When you talk about the determiner, the determiners are followed by a noun. The determiners are followed by noun. So we are talking about the determiners. So what are actually determiners? So we are only giving the definition. So determiners are those words that actually determines the noun. It may be a, it may be an, it may be the, it may be little, it may be few, it may be some, it may be either, it may be neither. These are all determiners. It may be this, it may be that. Okay, all these are the determiners. So after determiner, as a rule, after the determiner, there will be the noun, the man. This book. This is the noun, this is the determiner. This is the noun, this is the determiner. This is the noun, this is the determiner. Some people. Some is the determiner, people is the noun. This book, this is the determiner and book is the noun. The man, the is the determiner, man is the noun. Therefore, determiners are followed by a noun. Means after the determiners, there will be the use of the noun. Then let us continue. So we go to the next. So let us just notice one thing. Subjective pronoun I, you, he, etc. and possessive pronoun mine, yours, his, etc. cannot be determiners because they can never be followed by noun. So as you have known, the book, okay, the book. So book is the noun and the comes before it, the is the determiner. But in the case, suppose there is the subject pronoun, subject is a pronoun I, you, he, etc. or the possessive pronoun like mine, yours, his. So you cannot tell mine book, you cannot tell yours book, okay? You cannot tell his book. That means subject pronoun I, you, he, etc. and possessive pronoun mine, yours, his, etc. cannot be determiners. They cannot be determiners because they can never be followed by noun. Then let us go to the classification. So it is the time for going to the classification. Here we go. Let us continue to the classification. Continue with the classifications. Here we continue. Determiners come in various shapes and forms, with each one of them serving a different function. So on the basis of the function, on the basis of the work that the determiner does, so determiner are classified into 5 classes. So we will notice these 5 classes. This classification is very important, and this theory part, these rules of the determiners are very important. In all the examination, either you are talking about the board examination or any end-term exam or any competitive exam. Therefore, these are very important, and we need to remember it. We need to apply it. We need to make a extensive practice of the same. So first, the different type include, there is the articles, there is the demonstratives, there is the quantifiers, there is interrogative, and there is the possessive determiners. How many classifications are there? There are 5 type of determiners in short. Now as far as the CBSE course is concerned, so these determiners are used to where? Because in CBSE this applied form of the grammar are used. So this in the applied form of this grammar, so these determiners are used in the case of test type that includes the gap filling to test the knowledge in the following areas like non-finite, determiners, connectors, models, preposition, subject, verb, conclude. Means in this area, suppose when you are asked to fill in the blanks or the gap, there also you may be asked the question on the determiners. That will have to take a note of it. So first let us come to the articles. So articles may be, there are 2 types of articles. One, the definite article, definite article, and the other one is the indefinite article, indefinite article. Definite means, as you have known, this is a definite article. Definite article means that fixes, and indefinite means there is no fixity about it. It is not a fixed. Therefore, definite article is only one, the indefinite article two, a, n. So very simple formula is there. All of you know it. I am simply revising the idea. Therefore, this revision also will go handy. It will be very helpful for you too. Close the door, please. Close the door, please. So when we are talking about this closing of the door, supposing we tell close door, means it will be quite meaningless, my dear children. Close door, which door? So when I am in the school, suppose I am telling close door, means it is totally meaningless. Suppose I am in the classroom, I am talking about a particular door, then I will have to tell close the door. Means there will be only one door. But in the Vidyalaya or in the school, there will be many doors, many rooms, many doors. Then you will have to tell close the doors, means all the doors. Therefore, only because of the use of these definite article, the meaning got very much confused. Therefore, we should be very alert, very specific. We should be very much alert about it. I've got a friend in Canada. I've got a friend. How many friends? A friend. How many friends? A friend. Only one friend is there. That is fixed. This a comes before the noun friend and works as adjective, and it actually fixes the friend. Therefore, this is the article. Means the article also belongs to the first category of the determiners. So when you are talking about the determiners, into the first category there comes the article. Article is again subdivided into the two, the definite article and the indefinite article. The definite article fixes the noun, before it the is put. In the indefinite article there are two, a and an. A comes before a noun which starts with the consonant. Now let us see friend, friend. So this friend F started with the consonant, consonant. As it starts with the consonant, therefore before the consonant, when the noun starts with the consonant, then before that a will be used. And when there is a vowel, say for example, there is apple, okay, there is an apple into the basket, therefore there will be n, because a is the vowel. How many vowels are there? A, E, I, O, U. 5 vowels are there. A, E, I, O, U. So these are vowels. If any word or noun start with any of these vowels, then before that n will come. This is the common formula, and there is some exceptional formula also. We'll have to know that also. Say for example, I am talking about, so he is a or n university student. Now what will be the determiner here in this particular case? Now the general formula here is that when the vowel u is pronounced like u, then there will be a in place of n. I have seen an European. Okay, all right. I have seen a university student. So this thing you will have to take note of, so that there is no mistake in the exam. These are very tricky, and in the exam at any moment, if you are not cautious, if you are not very alert, then there is chances that you will commit mistake. Now let us see the second category of the determiners. The second category is the quantifiers. Quantifiers means this coming from the quantity, Quantity. Quantity means what? The amount. the amount. Therefore, these quantifiers are those particular determiners which give the quantity, which gives the number, which gives the amount, which actually tells about the amount, number, or the quantity of a noun. Therefore, let us see, quantifiers inform us about the quantity or amount of the underlying noun. Means when we are talking about the noun, this quantifier talks about what? The quantity. It talks about the amount of the noun. They are basically meant to answer to the question how much, how many. That means when you are asking the question, how much, okay, how much, when you are asking the question how many children participated in the debate, then suppose 5 children participated, means 5 will be 5 children. Children is a noun, 5 is the determiner, and this is the quantifier. This is the quantifier, and this tells about the quantities. Now these are very important, my dear children, so this you have to take a note of. Example of the quantifiers include a little, a few, most, some, much, any, to name only a few. Means among the many. So these are some of the example of the quantifiers, and these are very tricky, my dear children, and many times what happen, the children commit mistake. So we'll see the use of this here. Let us see the use. How many students attend your class? How many students attend your class? Suppose in your 9th class there is 81 students. Now I am asking the question, how many students attend your class? Then you are telling that the answer is, suppose sir, 81 students. 81 students attend the class. Means this 81 will be the quantifier, or this will be the determiners. How much money do you have? How much money? So suppose you are telling I have 10 rupees. Then this 10 will be the quantifier. Only a little milk is left out. Here also, my dear children, let me tell you something more. So here you see, suppose I am talking about a little, and the little. There is a difference among these 3 terms. Number 1, a little. A little means almost no. There is a little milk into the cup, means na ki barabar hai. At any moment it may be dried up, or it is a negligible amount. Now when I am talking a little, it is a little greater than little. ये जब मतलब नेगेटिव मतलब मीन करेगा, ए लिटिल जो है ये थोड़ा पॉजिटिव के साइड में जाएंगे, लेकिन इसका क्वांटिटी भी इतना ज्यादा नहीं है. Now the little and a little is saying the little is the fixed amount of a little. Means in the little, the amount of a little will be fixed. Have you got it? Similarly, the case with the examples like few, a few, and the few. There is few mangoes in the tree. मतलब ना की बराबर है. You cannot find out. There are a few mangoes in the tree. So when this a few are coming, the noun will be plural, and the meaning will be, it tells about a very insignificant amount. So we will go to that detail the next day when we talk about the application of all this. Particularly we talk about the concord between the subject and the verb. Now let us continue. Here we go. Quantifiers are followed by the noun which they modify. Examples of quantifiers include some, any, few, little, more, much, many, each, every, both, all, enough, half, little, whole, less, etc. Quantifiers are commonly used before either countable or uncountable noun. This is to be noted down very beautifully. In the competitive exam also, this is very much important. Quantifiers are commonly used before either countable or uncountable noun. So when it is used in the case of the countable and in the case of uncountable, that we will have to notice. So what is that? Suppose the few is there, then it will be uncountable. So it will be uncountable, means it will be plural. Okay. So in the similar manner, you will have to go for the specific uses of this. Okay, when you talk about the quantifiers. Then my dear children, let us come to the third part. The third part is demonstrative determiners. So the demonstrative determiners, let us see this demonstrative determiner. The demonstrative determiners we are talking about, this demonstrative determiners means that actually demonstrate. What are the words that demonstrate? It is this, that, these, those. As the noun suggests, as the name suggests, demonstratives are meant to point to a particular noun. Means it actually does the work of demonstration. Does the work of the demonstration. Therefore, it is called the demonstrative. Example, here let us see the example. The demonstrative example, this is my camera. This is my camera. Okay, this is my camera. This is the demonstrative determiners. Demonstrative used as a pronoun, subject of the verb is. This camera is mine. Demonstrative used as a determiner, modifying the noun camera. Then let us go to the next examples. Let us see these examples now. This is my uncle. This is, say for example, this is my uncle. Or you are telling that is my uncle. Or those are my uncles. Or those are my aunts. All this will be determiners. All these are related to the noun, either in singular or in plural form. Therefore, as they are demonstrating, as they are pointing out, as they are referring to, therefore they are called the demonstrative determiners. Therefore, let us go. Here we continue. Let us go to the next example. Next example 4. Example number 4. Possessive. So here we will be talking about the possessive one. The possessive determiners. The possessive determiners. Means that these determiners will certainly talk about what? The possessiveness. Means it will show some what? It will show some relation. Okay, it will have some sense of the apostrophe mark. Okay, suppose I am talking, this is Ram's house. Means this is the use of the possessive. Means that this apostrophe mark will be there, and this apostrophe will show this relation with Ram. So this sort of sense will be there in this case too. Let us see what is that. These ones express a position or ownership. Position or ownership. They are different from possessive pronoun in the sense that they cannot stand alone. Now when we are talking about the possessive determiners, they are little different from the possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns like my house. So this word my here is the possessive pronoun. But this is different from the possessive determiners. How it is different? Let us see. For instance, it is grammatically correct to say this cup is mine. This cup is mine. Not this is mine. Okay, this cup is mine. You cannot tell this cup is mine. Means you will have to use mine here. You will have to use a mine here, not mine. In which case mine is a possessive pronoun, because mine is possessive pronoun, while my is possessive determiner. Have you got it? So my is the possessive determiner. This is my house. Alright. But you cannot say this house is mine. So in that case, what you will have to use? You will have to use the possessive pronoun. Let us see the positive adjectives like my, your, his, her, its, our, your, their modify the noun following it in order to show possession. Now let us see this part, my dear children. So when this possessive adjective like my, his, her, its, your, their, this comes, what they do? They modify the noun that follows, noun that comes after it, okay, in order to show their position, in order to show their relation. Possessive determiners are different from possessive pronoun. Mine, his, hers, yours, ours, theirs. So you will remember these are possessive pronoun and this is a possessive adjective. You will have to remember this difference. Possessive pronouns can stand alone and are not followed by nouns. Possessive determiners on the other hand are followed by nouns. Therefore, let us continue. Now, let us come to the last category. Last category is the interrogative determiners. Interrogative determiners. So, here we continue interrogative determiners. Determiners. So, by the word you have understood already what is the interrogative determiners. Means those determiners that actually ask some questions. This may be the WH word, means the word starting with WH. That includes what, whose, which, where, whence, all this. So example in a sentence, whose t-shirt is this? What time are you leaving? Which gift item would you prefer picking for your dad? So here whose is the interrogative determiners. What here, what time are you leaving? What here is the interrogative determiner. In this sentence, which gift item would you prefer picking for your dad? So here, which is the interrogative determiners. Now let us continue. Here we move. Now, my dear children, we will be going to this example, and this sort of example in the form of editing or in the form of omission comes into the exams. Okay, particularly in the cbse exams, either in class 9 or 10. The course is very same. Therefore, it is to be understood. It is to be practiced. Now, let me read out the passage and then you will try to guess what are the determiners that are supposed to come here. In the following passage, one word is missing. One word has been omitted in each line. Write the missing word along with the word that comes before and the word that comes later. Old king who had daughters wanted to know exactly how they loved him. Two daughters, two older daughters declared that they loved him very. Youngest simply said she loved him according to duty. Immediately the king divided kingdom between his two daughters, two elder daughters. So my dear children, so when you read this sort of passage, suppose if you know that this is a familiar passage, then it is well and good. So you can you can understand where the determiners, the articles, the possessive or the quantifier or the other demonstrative determiners will come. But when it is unknown or unfamiliar, then what you need to do in majority of the cases, the passage will be unknown or unfamiliar. In that case, what you will do? First you browse, means up just on the surface, you just go through it. आप एक बार पढ़िए, just to have some idea. Then you focus on the defect. You try to find out whether the defect is there, where there is a missing, because to find out the missing is not an easy job. Okay, so for that you will have to read between the lines. You will have to read between the words also in order to fix, in order to make it clear. Now my dear children, I will be talking about it. This one is a very interesting story, and this story particularly is related to whom? Related to the famous king. Have you heard of the king? The name of the king was King Lear. Have you heard of King Lear? Okay, this King Lear, very famous king of England. King Lear. If you get the chance, then you read this drama by William Shakespeare. Name of the drama is King Lear. So now King Lear became very old. Therefore, he wanted to divide United Kingdom into three parts. How many parts? Three equal parts. 1, 2, 3. Because he had three daughters: Cordelia, Regan, and Goneril. Cordelia was the youngest. Goneril and Regan, they were the eldest daughters. These daughters are elder daughter, Regan and Goneril. Now there was a kind of love test, my dear children. There was a love test. Means when the people become old, what they actually want? They want the love. How much the person's son or daughter love him, they actually want to know. And in the case of King Lear also, it was not an exception. He wanted to teach, he wanted to justify how much the children loved him. Therefore, there was a test. The princess came from all abroad, and they wanted to marry Cordelia. Cordelia was the youngest, and in the love test, if anybody failed, that means he or she will be deprived of the property. So this you see, this is a long drama, so I am telling in short. So this Goneril and Regan, they said that they used some adjectives. They used some adjective, or they used some determiners in order to tell that they loved the father more than anything else, and the word like this, like that. So many attributes or adjectives were given in order to describe their love for the father. And all these descriptions were mere description. These were not authentic or real. These were the bogus, fake, jhutha description. The third daughter was very much real, and therefore the third daughter said that she loved the father as much a natural daughter love, not more, not less. This is the story. Okay. Now let us see here. So now we will fix our mind on this particular story, and we will try to find out where there is a missing word, and the missing in the form of the determiners. So here you see, old king means there is the fixed king. Who is the king? The king is, who is the king? The king is kinglier. So the king is fixed, therefore you are writing the old king. The old king. Therefore you are writing the in the beginning, after that there is old, and before that nothing is there. The old king who had daughters wanted to know exactly how they loved him. How many daughters he had? Suppose you do not know that 3 daughters he had, then you can write some daughters. You can write many daughters. Many, if you write many, then it will be again wrong, because you can count. Therefore, so you can give the quantity in the form of 2, 3. Okay, this 3 is the correct one. Therefore, you write the 3 here. THREE. Therefore, the old king who had 3 daughters, THREE, 3. This will be the answer part. Therefore, I'm underlining it. 3 daughters. 3 daughters. 3 daughters wanted to know exactly how they loved him, means how this. Now we will have to tell about what? How much, means amount. How much they loved him. 2 older daughters declared. This 2 here is very much fixed. Therefore, what will come? Thou will come. Thou will come before what? 2. The 2 older daughters declared that they loved him very much. Loved him too much. Loved him very much. After very, you write much. Very much. Youngest, simply said. Youngest, here you have seen this is the degree. This is the superlative degree, and therefore before superlative what will come? The determiner that will come is the. Therefore youngest. The youngest simply said she loved him according to duty. She loved him. What will be the missing word here? She loved him according to duty. She loved him. She loved him. After him, if you are putting much, then you are writing according, then it will be okay. She loved him much according to duty. Immediately the king divided the kingdom between, according to, here you will see thou will come the duty. The duty. Thou will be the word. Immediately the king, after that there is no determiners. Immediately the king divided the kingdom between his 2 elder daughters. 2 elder daughters. Here divided the kingdom. Here thou will be there, and this will be after kingdom. K-I-N-G D-O-M. K-I-N-G-D-O-M. So therefore, my dear children, in this way you can make the practice. Then your knowledge will be perfect. Now this is the homework for you. I will be reading it out and you will be doing it. Okay, by yourself you will do. So let us see the homework here. Choose the appropriate determiners from the box and fill in the blanks in the following sentences. These, those, my, our, their, your, several, many, both, each, some, either, or, neither, nor. I have a book, I will write dash, name on dash. So here you will find this example from A to H. The second one, the children are walking with dash parents. I rang him up dash times, but there was no reply. These curtains are dash too long dash too short for the windows. Dash reward dash punishment has an effect on these boys. Number F. Dash animals are in danger of becoming extinct. Number G. Dash her parents are doctors. Number H. The gardener put dash soil into dash flower pot. So my dear children, I suppose you understood the particular chapter, the determiner. But my dear children, this is my suggestion that you'll have to go for extensive exercise, because in grammar there is no fixed area from where the question will be asked. Therefore, what will make you perfect is the practice. Therefore, make yourself perfect just by practice. Practice, practice and practice. Do the quiz on grammar and become perfect. With this, hope let me conclude. Thanks to all.